Hi, welcome back to my channel and to my yoga room. I'm Stephanie Neary and I am a yoga teacher in Ireland. And so I have decided that I am going to help everyone fall all over in love again with yoga and how many benefits that you can get. It's not about looking beautiful in a posture. It is about the way that you feel at the end of it. And I know for me, when I first, the thing that hooked me when I was 19 or 18 years old, first doing yoga, was the way that I felt after 45 minutes of doing the class. And then I had never done Savasana before. So here's a funny story. The first time that I did a class, I felt very challenged. I was frustrated because everyone else seemed to be flowing and looked so comfortable and so blissful in the postures, and that was not my reality when I was doing it. So I had spent already about 4 years completely all about the gym, and so I had strength, but I didn't have a lot of flexibility. And so this is the funny part. When I at the end of the class, then you lay down. Some people say Savasana, some people say Shavasana, it doesn't really matter. But I lay down and I just felt my whole body feeling electric and energized, and at the same time really peaceful, like I just wanted to lay there forever. And they had this cool music playing, and I remember finishing that class and thinking, I don't care if the whole world ends or my boyfriend at the time really pissed me off. It didn't matter. And so I loved that feeling that I got. And then at the end, so anyway, I found a video, and the video, I fast forwarded to Savasana at the very end again, thinking, well, I don't really feel like doing yoga, but I love the way that I felt at the end of the class. So I'll lay down and I'll do Savasana. And so the music was playing and it was, very chill, and I didn't get that feeling, and I was very disappointed. And after years of practicing yoga, I always laugh at myself and go, yeah, because I was trying to skip the work that made you feel so good at the end. So Savasana doesn't feel so unbelievable when you haven't stimulated all the systems in the body. So there's a true story. And most people worldwide love Savasana or Shavasana, whatever you choose. But it's dead corpse pose, that's what it means in Sanskrit. And so the reason that you do it is because even if you feel like you haven't really done much in the class and you're doing a beginner's class, you're still stimulating so many levels in your body, energetically, spiritually, physically, and that's really what makes Savasana feel so cool. So love Savasana as much as you want, but you still need to get the endorphins going, you need to get the stimulation going, the lymphatic system going, the circulation. Lymphatic system is highly underrated in my opinion, because a lot of people don't realize that that is the garbage removal system in your body. So if you don't get the lymph going, your circulation goes hand in hand with it, and you actually have more lymphatic fluid in your body than blood. So the lymph is hugely important, and you wouldn't ever not take your garbage out. So that's what you're doing when you're practicing yoga, is you're getting the garbage taken out. So today we are going to be moving lymph. So there's several ways to do it. It doesn't need to be super energetic. You are going to get some benefits right off the top. You are going to maybe feel like shaking, trembling. That's all nervous system. So the nervous system needs to be toned, and that's what's going to bring in toning results for the rest of your body. Okay, so come to your mat. If you don't have a mat, because you don't practice yoga very often, then you can just fold up a towel. You can put a blanket down. If you have knee issues, then go ahead and fold up something else underneath, okay? Or practice on a carpet. Okay, so fingers spread wide, and you're gonna curl your toes under, and just sit your hips back to your heels, okay? This might feel very uncomfortable, but what you are actually doing is you are stimulating reflexology points in your feet, okay? And that's gonna transfer into the whole entire body. So just sit back and start to slide your hands out, but keep the emphasis on the butt going back to the heels, okay? And then you can fold your elbows, bring your head down. If your hips are up and you think there's no way that my hips are gonna get down to my heels, then what you can do is you can fold up a blanket or put a pillow down underneath so you can sit back. Okay, that works out really well too. Okay, so you can do those things, or you can start to move your butt back towards your heels. Just kind of rock back and forth. So fingers spread wide, press into your fingertips. And you're just kind of waking up the whole system right now. And then it's really good to just feel and be okay with what is going on in your body. Your body feels different every single day. So go back and forth, feel where there's any tightness. That's your body talking to you, so don't slam the door on your body. And just feel like you're kind of connecting with it. Okay, so now you're just gonna move your hips back and forth, make some circles. Now, see, this is the part that I'm saying, if it's uncomfortable on your knees, then fold something up underneath them to prop them up so you don't just feel bone on floor. And then go change direction and make circles. So you're just stimulating the side body, the spine. So don't think about yoga as just physical, because when you look at a body, you just think hips, shoulders, but you don't, because we are not invisible, you can't see all the very many organs, lungs, everything, tendons. So you don't think about how when you're moving your spine and you're lengthening it, you're actually increasing lung capacity. That's where all the breathing comes in too. So as you move, you're breathing in and out. Okay, so now you're gonna uncurl your toes now, and then just sit back and go forward. Okay, so now walk your knees back a little bit. And then drop your hips down. And just feel if the front body is tight. Lower your shoulders away from your ears. Wrap your elbows around the sides of your rib cage. And then come back and stretch again. And then come forward, drop your hips. So you're actually stimulating your digestive system and your kidneys here. And then sit back. So you're opening up the front body and the back body at the same time. And if you think about lymph glands, you want things like shoulder stand, feet up against the wall, moving your arms around, because lymph is, as you know, in your neck, in your armpits, and particularly in the groin. So when those areas get tight, and that's because they're sluggish and there's not a lot of movement going on around there, especially if your hips and your shoulders are tight all the time. So that's what the class is today. Okay, so now come sit down. Sit however is comfortable for you. So Sukhasana, you would take one heel or one foot underneath the other. Okay, so then your knees are up here. If your hips are a little more open, maybe you might be able to bring heel to heel in front. And then now we're just going to make some circles, okay? So really, we're going to do this a couple times, but a really great way to open up the circulation and increase the nervous system, to strengthen it and to purify it, is to sit up, and then you're going to come over to the left, over to come through center, over to the right. Okay, so you're giving yourself a little stretch back to center again, over to the left. Okay, so you're sitting up as straight as you can each time. And you get this wonderful stretch going through the side body, through the spine. And you're really helping your nervous system right now. When your nervous system gets stressed out, your immune system drops. And especially through this whole incubation period right now, people are generally wound up and feeling crazy because the world is crazy right now. So give yourself this time to open your body up, to feel good with what you're doing. Be thankful that you have the time to do some yoga. And know that you're getting benefits from it. Okay, so you can do this. I'm not trying to make huge long videos, but you would want to do this for about 2 to 3 minutes. So we're probably at over a minute now. I haven't been timing it, but I'm sure it's like that. And okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to make some fists, stretch your arms up. Okay, so now we're going to work with all in through the glandular system and the lymph system, all the lymph nodes in the armpits, right? So you're making fists, and then you're going to pull down, and then raise up, pull down. So you're going to inhale, exhale. Now, take a second here and feel that electrical feeling that you feel in your body, that buzzing. And that is from the breath and from the movement. One of the first things that made me fall in love with yoga. So just take a second and breathe. The wonderful thing about moving your lymphatic system and getting this big, energetic, buzzing feeling in your body is it starts to move the blood flow and move the circulation around. So exactly what I said we were going to work with, that you're experiencing that right now, unless you're numb, which I hope you're not. So you give yourself a second to integrate that, and just for your body to communicate to the other parts of your body and start moving things around. When you are stimulating the system, you are opening your body up and you're releasing the bad and letting in the good. Okay, so now again, you're gonna shrug your shoulders up to your ears and down. Shrug up and down. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So again, that feeling returns. And now you're just going to take your arms up. Okay, so you might not be able to press the palms together. You might be able to interlock your fingers and then take your index fingers out. Okay, stretch up. Pull the belly into the spine. Stretch, stretch, stretch. So now you're stretching everything that you've worked, okay? And then maybe go over to the side a little bit and to the next side. So you're helping this move through now. And at the same time, while you're sitting like this, you are opening up the hips and the groin. Okay, take the left hand down, stretch the right hand over, open that whole side body, let the circulation flow in. Come over to the next. Stretch, really stretch out of those fingers. And come back up, stretch. And again. Okay, bring your feet into bound angle pose, Baddha Konasana. So now you're just going to stimulate the bottoms of your feet. And I'm sure, well, maybe you have been. Maybe you've been giving your feet a massage. But just take your thumbs and rub them into the arches and in through the sides, press into the ball of the foot, into the big toes. And you stimulate all the circulation. You're hitting reflexology points here. I'm not a reflexologist, but I do know a little bit about it, and there's a reason that we all pay money to go and get feet massages. And I never get a foot massage unless I do it myself. So you could watch this video again and get some cream or some oil and give yourself a massage for as long as you want. Okay, so take the right foot out to the side. So now we're gonna open up the hips and the groin a bit, okay? So just take a second and feel what's going on here. Doesn't matter on your range of flexibility. You might do something like this, okay? And that's as much as your hip will allow you to open it. That's no worries, okay? So you just start off with wherever you can, but have the toes up towards the ceiling, and then just don't bounce, but just move a little bit just to stimulate. And then you're going to take your left hand behind you, right hand up, stretch up, bring that hand over to the left knee. Inhale, sit up straight, lengthen. Exhale and twist. Don't let go of that foot. Keep the foot pointing up, toes pointing up. A nice and easy come out of that, and take your left hand to your right knee. Give yourself another little twist. Okay, and then bring the right foot in, take the left foot out. So the purpose of this video is not to challenge yourself, really. It's just to get lymph going and circulation. So if you just feel like you want something nice and easy and stimulating feeling, this is perfect for you to do. And you can add this to other routines that you're doing. Okay, so I just ease into the left side now. I know my left hamstring is fairly tight in comparison to the right, so even though, you know, we're working on inner thigh and groin and hip, I can definitely feel back and side of my right hip as well as my left hamstring, which makes me happy because I'm working multiple things at the same time. All right, okay, so now you're gonna take your left hand up, right hand behind you, take a little twist, inhale, lengthen your ribs away from your hips, exhale, twist, stimulate all those organs that you aren't even thinking about right now. And your lungs, take your right hand to your left knee, simple little twist. If you're doing circuits or you're running or doing a lot of walking right now, this might feel like a perfect supplement to it. Okay, so bring the feet together again and take your thumbs to the inside of your arches. Sit up straight, ribs away, take a deep inhale. Pull the elbows towards the ribs and start to fold forward. Just stretch out the whole back part of the body. Don't worry if you can't lower your head all the way down. I know in classes, if I fold forward, people laugh and go, yeah, right. That's a full expression of posture. That took me a long time to be able to do that. Okay, so I feel you. Pull the elbows in. You might be something like this, okay? And that's as far as you go because your hips and your spine are really tight and your groin and pelvis. So the important thing is that you're not like that, okay? Keep the elbows in and then just feel your spine and your lower back release. This is very calming for the nervous system. Okay, come up. So I'm not going to make this a super long video. I think we're at 25 minutes now. Okay, so now we're going to just increase some circulation in through the throat. Okay, so just let your head come back. Breathe through your nose. When you breathe through your nose, you're doing Ujjayi breathing, which is the yoga pranayama for yoga. You don't breathe through your mouth. But feel the breath and the sensation stimulating your throat. Okay, and then lower your chin down. This might feel really good. Keep breathing. Lift your head up and just go from side to side. You're just moving your spine now. And just bring your chin down and do some half neck rolls. Now, one of the things that happens when you're doing this is if one of your shoulders is tight, it'll feel like you can't turn your neck. Okay, everyone experiences that, so don't take yourself out of the game and say, well, I don't like that one. You just make really small motions then. Okay, instead of rolling down with your chin down, raise your chin up a little bit and just go from side to side. You're still opening up all those channels. Okay, so now up into shoulder stand. If you can't do shoulder stand, then you might want to check out one of my previous videos on wall yoga, because that really gives you the confidence to learn how to do it. You want to keep your back flat, but in the beginning, you have to figure out how to activate the core and to tighten all the muscles in your legs, point the toes, and have the elbows down and the hands into your back. So this is perfect for stimulating all the lymph in through the neck, through the body. You're reversing the blood flow. And then when you're finished this, then when you stand up, all the blood flow has to go back down and it redistributes. So it makes sense, right? And then you can go into halasana, plow pose. And then if you have done shoulder stand, then you can bring your hands down, or if not, you can keep them to the small of your back again. Halasana is very good for moving lymph. Halasana, Halasana, after teaching head or handstand or shoulder stand and plow pose, people might be able to be up here and be okay with it, but the minute they say, oh, take your feet back, they freak out because it feels like, when's my feet gonna come down and oh my God. Or they feel like their boobs are in the way. they can't breathe. So just take your time, and like I said, that wall yoga video will help you, because you can keep one foot on the wall and then just play around with taking the foot back. And if you are comfortable, you can just move around. You can do upside down tree, and you can go into half plow. You can bring your feet into Baddha Konasana upside down. Bring your feet back, bring your feet up. You can play around with core. Just feel the stretch. And then roll out of it. And just give yourself a little twist. And switch sides. So you would bring one foot onto right above the knee and twist to one direction while you bring the other arm out to the opposite direction, and then turn your head. Even if you're not looking at them, your eyes are closed, you still have your spine twisting. Very stimulating for the organs again. You might feel a little click, crack, whatever that says you just gave yourself a spinal readjustment. Hug your knees into your chest and maybe rock back and forth. Happy baby is also great to do. Take your hands to the outsides of your feet with your knees bent and to the side of the rib cage, feet flexed up towards the ceiling, spine straight, and rock back and forth, because again, you're opening up the inner thigh, the groin, getting rid of residual tension, but you're also stimulating those lymph glands. The whole purpose of this video is so you can feel where the lymph is stuck, and just to do your little bits to try and promote healing and garbage removal. Okay, and then hug your knees in. So if you're doing this video, you can do this at any time of the day, and you can stay in whatever posture that resonates with you, that you feel like your body is saying, oh, I really like this and I want more of it. So just stay in it. You can stay in any of them for minutes. That's what yin yoga is all about, restorative yoga. And then you can lay down in Savasana and just take a couple breaths. So take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Just feel like the breath is moving all through your body. So inhale again. Exhale, blow it all out. Inhale. Exhale. And then you're going to roll over the left and you press up with your right hand to come up. So, I hope you enjoyed that. If you like that and you're not really familiar with YouTube, what you do is you hit the subscribe button and then you hit the little bell beside there. Then that way you don't need to search and you get all of the notifications when there's another video uploaded, which I continue to do every week, sometimes 4 times a week. And so there's going to be lots of beginner videos as well, how-to tutorials, really focusing on people that want to get into practicing yoga but don't really know how, if they're doing it right. And I know that there's a lot of flows online, but a lot of people that are just starting probably click off. And so if you hit that bell, then you are going to get a lot of those videos. And I would love to hear your comments, if you like it, if you don't like it, what you would like to see more of. If you have a question for me, I answer everything. So hope you're well and continue practicing and enjoy the journey. Namaste.